Generation 3 Prius passenger side headlight is what we're going to be looking at today. We're just going to unbox this. Got this from Amazon. I think it's probably coming in from China. And we're going to unbox it and then install it. And this is for a 2010 Prius. Comes with the packing. It's got some good protection to keep it from breaking during transport. Here's the assembly. And it has a little wrap on it, which is cool. Take the wrap off. Oh, made in Taiwan. Okay. Looks like this is part number T as in Tom Y 1113 dash A as in Apple. And then I think it's a QQ1R. Looks really nice, brand new, super clean, and it's gonna look good. So the one on my car, this piece got overheated because the bulb was not centered correctly, and it kind of melted this whole housing. So we're going to be placing that. Just getting these little pieces off. And that should do the trick for us. Looks good. Like the attachment points, this would be maybe underneath the front fender. One there, one there, one there, and then one there, maybe there. And that should do it. Maybe one at the top too. Looks like a bolt goes down from the top. We have a Generation 3 Prius headlight assembly. This is for the passenger side. We're going to be replacing. It had a melted piece here. That's where you put in the bulb. The bulb wasn't seated all the way and got melted, so we're going to be replacing the whole thing. Also, this could be used for just replacing the bulb, since it's pretty hard to get your hand in on the passenger side, or if you have to replace these little marker bulbs like this one. There's another one here. They're kind of hard to get to, so you may want to replace it. Usually got to replace the whole bumper. We're going to see if it's possible maybe to just get the bumper out of the way to get the bolt out. We got to get this bolt out, which is easy. This bolt's out, which is easy. There's one hiding right here, but we're going to see if we can just get this partially out of the way. So you can use Phillips head screwdriver to get these off, or a 10mm socket. So we can see you already did that one and that one. There's one here, which looks to be probably this tab. Just have to pop this up, the middle part. You should be able to get that out. That's that one right there. There's another 10mm one right here. You can use Phillips head or 10mm. This guy out. Then there's one here. Use a big flathead screwdriver. Just turn it I think 90 degrees. So I've got this freed up already. Just gonna pull down. Just get this to unlatch. It's on a clip. And now I can get to this one. I'll pull that one out. That one is that bolt right there, 10mm. This is all pretty flexible, so you should be able to get your tool in there. Undo that one. I think we can get it out after that. We'll see. Also going to get this one out right here. Get a little more flexibility. Get that clip out. I'm going to take out a few more of the clips just to get this to go further out. I'm going to take that one out, 10 millimeter, and that one. And that should help. Let's get these all back on reassembly. That one. This one. There we go. And 10 millimeter. That allowed us a little more flexibility. We can see down here there's a metal tab. I'm just going to pry this up gently with my flathead screwdriver, and it's kind of holding the front of the assembly in position. So we'll see if that helps us. Yeah. So that's an important one right there to pry up. I think it'll come out now. I'm going to grab it. Kind of lift and wiggle, pull out toward the front. Bumper's a little bit in the way. Let's see if it'll still make it out. There we go. So it's out. I'm going to lift up a little bit, get it out of the bumper. I can undo the electrical connectors, or at this point you could just do your bulbs and then get it back into position. That one's a common one that goes out. This is the one that had melted before, so that's why I need to replace this unit. The new light bulb assembly probably does not come with bulbs, so you can go ahead and do the bulbs at this point. I'm upgrading these to the LED type, which are a little brighter. So I'm going to put that in, lock it into position. See, to make sure that's making sense. Yeah, and then the modular one will plug in right there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put the other bulbs in too. The one for the high beams. I'm going to get the jacket off first, press down on this tab. So that's the high beam. Release that, push that off, turn this 90 degrees, or looks like 45 degrees, so it was pointing down. Turn it to the side. We don't use the high beams very often, so you don't probably have to change those bulbs, but while you have this off, it's good time to put in a new bulb. So this is going to go in at about this angle, 45 degrees, turn it vertical, so these should both be pointing down. We're going to check on this bulb, and where's the other one? There's two of them, and this one. Here's the side marker one, the orange light. Pressing down really hard here, get this one out, and that's going to go in to our new assembly. So we're going to go in, twist it to lock it in. Yeah, really got to get this stuff out where you can get to it, because it's just not going to come out otherwise. So got that one in, and then we got one right here too. I got to kind of work this wire out of this channel here. I'm squishing on the sides a little bit with my needle nose pliers, see if we can get this thing out. And then this one, I think it's the same thing, we got to like flip this around. We can see what we're doing. Get this thing out a little bit further. Okay, that's out. Probably turn this one, I think. Yeah, looks like a 90-degree turn. That went out. That one might be a goner. Okay, before I put these new bulbs into the new assembly, I got these hooked up. I'm just going to test them. I think that maybe that one needs to be replaced, but best to test these now before we put it all back together. So these are those two marker bulbs made by Sylvania. It's 2825 is the name for the bulbs. Long life. And we're going to pop those in. They just slip right in. Slip in that new bulb, the new marker bulb. And then I'm going to just pull the old one here straight out. Put in a new one. Push it straight in. And then I can put all these bulbs into the new assembly. And we'll get the new assembly in position. So here's the new assembly. Let's do the marker bulbs first. This one goes up top. I'm going to go in, twist it, lock it in. That one's in. Let's do this bottom one. I'm going to go in and then turn for this thing. This back in its channel. Put this bulb in first. Just gotta make sure it fits in, twist it to lock it. Okay, that's in. Put that little wire in its channel. Okay, looking good. And this thing just goes in there, locks in. That's the headlight. So with these halogens, you want to be a little careful not to touch the bulb because the oil on your skin cause them to burn out prematurely. There we go. Put this on. So you got to make sure this thing points down. Put this one in. That's in already. Alright, now we're going to put the whole bulb assembly back in. Feed it back into its channel. So I'm going to need to pull back on the bumper a little bit, get this thing out of the way to give me more room to work. All right. This out. Gotta line things up here. Okay, almost got it here, guys. I want to make sure I slide that tab underneath there. Just lined up. Start wiggling and pushing. Okay, that seems good. Make sure these are all lining up. That looks right. That over top. That over top. Check my tab there. So that tab's in as far as it can go. That's good. So it looks good. I'm gonna see if I can push this in underneath here. There we go. Slid it in. It's a nice seam. These all look good. Okay, I like it. I'm going to push that tab down now. Got a standard head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Push in, and then I'm going to push that tab down, bend the metal, give it a hammer fist. Okay, that's good. We're going to go ahead and put those bolts in now. This one I'd like to put in is this one on the side. So like a machine bolt, fine threads. Slip that one in. bolt in. We're going to put this one in. These have the really radical threads, coarse thread pattern. So the ones really holding this in is that one, that one, that one, and then there's that tab there you have to bend up, that silver tab. Just pry it up. Just getting this one tight right now at the 10mm. Okay, so we're all done. We're going to just get this back into position. Start here. It's above here. These pins in. This one's a bolt. There's the bolt. Started. Start pushing this back in position here. This back into position. Slips in here. Here. Okay. Looks good. Now we're going to put those different pins in. Let me tighten that one 10mm. You can see how clear the new one is, and oxidation on the old one, so we have to shine that one up too. It's a good car though. It's 13 years old. Put in a new power pack battery about 2 years ago, and should give it a lot more life. Okay, I'm just put these pins in now. So got the center part lifted up. Just push these in. The center part lifted. The base part in first, and push in the center one. Lock it in. Lift up on the pin. Push that into position. The base. Push in the center one. That's it. Okay, those are done. We got a couple here. Lift up on the pin. You can use like a small screwdriver, helps you to get in on these pins to lift them. Put in the base. Put in the center pin. Do this one. Base in like that. Keep the center pin lifted. That one to line up. Put the center pin in. If you ever have to change this bulb without taking out the assembly, once you lift up this 10mm, take that out, pull this up, get it out of the way, you do have an ability to get to that bulb. It's right here. It's just there's very little room. It's possible to do though. You can reach in, turn. You can see that the other bulb for the high beam, it's going to be easier because it's just right there. This one is a little bit harder because it's up in this corner. It can be done. It does help you get this out of the way though. So when you're done, you can just push this thing back and then put that 10mm bolt back right there. 10mm that goes right there, coarse threaded one. It's just holding on to this part of the bumper. Okay. So it looks pretty cool, pretty bright, nice and new, very bright. I like it. Gotta shine this one up. Thanks so much for watching our video today. I hope that this video has saved you some time and money. And if so, could you please press down in the video description below the donation link and send us a donation so we can keep this service going. Thanks again. And if you have any questions about this repair, could you contact me at scottthefixitguy@yahoo.com. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.